We're here with Coach Herman Harden of the Lincoln County Lady Falcons here at Lincoln County High School. And Coach, basketball season is right around the corner. These gyms will be full of fans and players here just shortly.
Yeah, it starts on Monday at 1:30 for us, so we're all very excited about it.
Talk about last season a little bit as we approach this season. Kind of remind everybody what happened last year.
We were 22-11. Which is the third most wins, I guess, in the history of the school. And they did a fourth most wins, I guess. They did a really good job. We shot the ball okay. We defended okay. We did a lot of things okay, but we never could get over the hump. We had a lot of injuries, had some knee injuries and that just kept reoccurring. Ended up one time of the year we had 6 players in here trying to practice, and then suited up 8, but the girls fought through all that and ended up going to the region and then getting put out by Blackman, who was a pretty good team.
Well, this year you've got some of those same players back, but a lot of new faces as well. Let's just go through the roster and talk about the players on your team this year.
All right, you're gonna hear the word sophomore a lot, but it starts with number 10 is Brianna Sanders. She's a 5'8" wing player. She's a sophomore. Brianna, most of these kids I've known a long time. They've come up through the system and played a lot of AAU ball. I've coached them a while. They've gone to the summer with us, and she's one of those players. She got good instincts. Shoots the ball extremely well. She's grown quite a bit, and she's still trying to catch up with her growing. But I expect big things out of her. Like I said, with our personnel, she'll be expected to be able to put the ball in the hole from the 3-point line, and she's very capable of doing that. Becca Luder is a 6-foot post player, another 10th grader. Becca, when you look at her, you don't think she would be one of the toughest players on the team, but she is a very tough kid. Great kid to be around. All these kids have tremendous attitudes, and that's probably the best thing that they bring to the table. They just keep working hard. Becca's working hard in the weight room, just getting better all the time, and she's a great kid to have on the team. Courtney Story is one of our seniors, and Courtney's 5'6" point guard. She is committed to Presbyterian College out of South Carolina. As Courtney goes, we're going to go, and she's close to scoring 1,000 points. She's 700-something points. I guess when you hear that, Court, that may freak you out a little bit, but she's a culmination of a lot of hard work. She's put a ton of work into it. She's gotten a lot stronger. She's a 2-year returning all-district. She's the best point guard in the district, and so we have to go out and help her help herself and help our team. And I think having her on the team with these 10 sophomores is going to help settle them down quite a bit. So looking for big things out of Courtney. Number 15 is Morgan Higgins. Morgan is a returning starter from last year. She's our only junior on the team, and she's going to play post, but then she'll step out. Last year she played with her back to the basket all the time. This year she'll do both. We'll be able to create some mismatches and some this year with her. She's going to play the 3 and the 4 for us, and then slide and play the post also. But I expect to have a really big year out of her. She's gotten a lot stronger in the weight room. All of our kids have hit it really, really hard in the weight room and gotten a lot stronger. Another senior for us is Amy Ann McCormick. She's number 20. She's a 5'6" wing. What Amy Ann does really well is shoot the basketball. She's lights out shooting the ball. She's going to have to defend. She's gotten a lot stronger. Hurt her last year as she was just getting into the groove of things. She got sick, and she kind of got through that. And this summer At the end of the summer, broke her elbow, but she's come back from that and doing real well. And she's had a good fall for us so far. Number 22 is Chelsea Gatlin, 5'5" wing, a sophomore kid. Chelsea's a really good defender, really quick. Can shoot the ball from the perimeter also, but her best talent is that she can really defend, and going to look for big things from her on the defensive side of the ball. Number 23 is Kyla King. She's a post player, another senior. She's not big at 5'9", but she's probably our most athletic kid as far as how much she gets off the floor. She has really improved. She kind of had an up and down junior year, but she had a decent summer, but she's had a great fall. She's worked harder than she ever has before. She's going to have she'll be out for the first 3 or 4 weeks maybe of the year with some health issues, but other than that, when she gets back, she's going to make a big difference with her team. She's had a really great fall. 24 is McKinley Slayton, about a 5'11" wing and slash post player, and she's a senior also. McKinley led us last year in three-point shooting. She shot 35% from the arc, and if she can do that again this year, coupled with she's gotten a lot quicker, stronger, better rebounder, that she's going to really help us a lot. She's one of the players that's going to cause some matchup problems for other teams. At 5'11" and playing on the wing, plus and then we got Morgan at 5'11" playing, and then with Kyla King inside having to guard it by a post player. So there's going to be a lot of matchup problems this year. Number 30 is Kayla Park. She's a 5'9" post player. She's a sophomore. Really good around the basket. She's athletic. She can run. A real strong kid and getting better. She's someone that's got to put a lot of time in with her footwork as it gets better. She's working harder, probably harder, and most of these kids are working harder than they've ever worked. And that's the pleasure of being around these kids and coaching them. They're in love with the effort of being a basketball player, which is really cool. But I expect good things out of Kayla too. Number 32 is Lauren Gower. She's a 5'6" point guard, a 10th grader. And she's going to have to grow. She's got to grow up quick. She's kind of like throwing her out there in the middle and say, go swim and things, because Courtney's going to start, but then Lauren's got to come in and be able to give some minutes and be able to give quality minutes against quality teams. And the speed of the game up here is so much faster than what they're used to playing, and they're getting better at. They had a good summer against it. We played really good competition in the summer, but our schedule competition is much stronger this year than it was last year. But Lauren's going to do fine. She's working hard and doing real well. Number 33 is Shelby Motter. 5'8" wing player that's a sophomore. If she can keep rehabbing her knee, when she gets back with confidence, she's extremely athletic. She's one of the most athletic players on the team as far as just straight out speed and things, even with her knee injury. She can shoot the basketball. So she's a little ways away. She's still not fully recovered from her knee, but it's getting better every day. So when that comes in, she can be a major player for us. Number 34 is Darian Norman, 5'8" post player that will face the basket some, playing the fours. She's also a 10th grader. Darian plays soccer, so she's someone who can athletically get up and down the floor. There's something about the soccer players. They got a little toughness to them. Kind of reminds me of a Bonnie Sullivan type player that will get after you. And Dee does a really good job. She's going to be a good rebounder for us, and looking for big things from her. 42 is Bethany Lehman. She's a 5'9" wing player, 10th grader. She has the potential to be one of the top players around. She's got to put it all together. She's extremely athletic. She can run up and down the floor. She's the type of player that thinks every rebound is hers, and which is a really good thing to have. She's got to learn the things offensively and get better at that. But I really like her defensive intensity and the things that she can do to help us. And she has a chance of being a really good player. Number 44 is McKinley Fitch, 5'6" wing player. She's a sophomore. She started for us all summer, I guess, and she just does a really, really good job. She's fearless about what she does. She's getting better and better at handling the basketball, but she's a great defender and works really, really hard at it and doesn't shy away from anyone. In back-to-back games this year, she guarded Abby Sism from Cannon County in one game and Alex Middleton that's going to Tennessee in the following game, and did good jobs with both of them. So she has a chance to just be an outstanding type player. And the last person on the roster, but definitely not least, is 45 is Samantha Williams, 5'10" post player. She's a sophomore. Sam's improving every day. She's a strong kid. She's the strongest kid on the team in the weight room. Working her footwork. She's quick with her footwork and things. She's getting up and down the floor well. Big things from her and things. And she's got some older kids with King and Morgan and them that can help her. And Savannah Hill, who helps our post and things, is doing a good job with her also. So the sky's the limit for all those kids. And for our team, we have a really good mix of senior leadership. We got Morgan, who's one of our captains, Morgan, and Courtney Story are our captains. And so we have really good leadership from them. And then you've got a group of young kids that are eager to learn and like the effort, like I said, and love the effort of playing, and they just like to be in this gym. So they're fun to coach.
So a young team, but like you said, a good mix of seniors there. But the young kids, you've been around them, like you said, for a long time, so they know you well and know your style really well.
They do, and they've been. Most of them have been going to camp with us, ever since they were 7th and 8th graders. So, they like to play. Experience-wise, they've played a lot of basketball. They had a really good year last year down at NGA. They went undefeated down there. So they're a team that's used to winning, and they expect to win, which is a big part of it. Now they have to put all that together up at the level here, but they're not scared of it at all, and they're not going to back down from it.
Like we talked with Coach Tips, you've got assistant coaches on your bench that definitely know what they're doing.
They do, and it's been a really good, it's been a pleasure to I guess the new head assistant is Pat Cavender. She was Pat Hemphill that graduated from here, and for everything that I hear was a great player in her own right, but I really like her. She brings a really good toughness, and the kids enjoy her, but we think a lot alike as far as holding kids accountable and practicing hard and all those things. And so I'm excited about having her. Hopefully we won't have to put a seatbelt on her on the sideline, because she's kind of excitable the way that I am about some things and stuff. But Savannah Hill is back when she can, putting in her time in, even with her nursing career that she has coming up, and helping to post all she can. And then when I can, I steal Matt Prince from Coach Tips and things, because Matt is as good as anybody we've seen at helping develop guards. He has a passion for it, and that rubs off on the kids that he's helping. So with those people that are around our program and around these kids, it's infectious for both sides, because these are a fun group of kids to be around. They like it, so coaches like being around them also.
Well, basketball time's not far away. We want this gym packed this year. A lot of folks to come on out and watch these two teams. There'll be an exciting two teams on the floor this year.
Well, I think very much so, and I think these kids play hard. They want to win. I know that Coach Tips obviously is put back-to-back championships up, and the girls want to do their part for that this year too.
All right, that's Coach Herman Harden of the Lincoln County Lady Falcons. We invite you to come out and watch the Lady Falcons and Falcons this year. Remember, the season starts November the 12th. Ladies tip off at 5, and the guys will follow thereafter. Hello, everybody. We're here at Lincoln County High School with the head coach of the Lincoln County Falcons, Coach Chad Tips. And, Coach, another basketball season is pretty close here. And I know you've had some success in the last couple of years. Another season coming up here where this district is always tough. Just talk about your team a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna be pretty young, but coming off a couple of pretty good years. Hopefully that'll roll over into this year. Just the fact that we know how to practice and know how to play at a level that it takes to be successful. We do have a tough district, like you said. We do have Coffee County coming back in. They're going to be pretty good. They were a little bit young last year. And then we have Lawrence County is always good. Columbia is really athletic and young last year, so I think they're going to be pretty good. And then Franklin County, who we beat in the district championship last year, they have most of those kids coming back. And Chevel's athletic, so everybody's really pretty good. So we're excited about getting started, and we just can't wait to get started. And our kids have done a nice job in the off season. Got quite a few kids still down at football, but everybody's ready to get started on Monday, and we're excited to be here.
A lot of excitement, as you mentioned, coming off a district championship. The kids have really got to be excited after you have a season like that to get back in the gym.
Right. It's over the last couple of years, I've noticed our kids. Obviously hard work pays off. You can tell them that and preach that to them all you want to, but until they see some success, they really may not believe it. But the last few years, you can tell in the off season, they bought in and they've decided they want to be a good program and not be more than just a good team. Everybody can have a good team every once in a while, but it's the hard work in the off season that builds a program. And we don't have a lot of returning guys, whether it's not many with a lot of experience, and then we don't have many returning guys, period. We've only got about 5 guys that even dressed out in a varsity game last year. So we're depending heavily on them to kind of set the standard of what it takes to work hard and things like that. And our young guys that we've got coming in, they did a good job this summer of following the leaders. And so we're looking to, like you said, kind of play off the success we've had, but understand we've got a long way to go. This is kind of a foundational year because we will have a lot of guys coming back next year. It's kind of the bridging the gap from the guys who graduate, the last 2 graduating classes, in the next couple that are coming up. But we just want to, whatever we do, want to maintain the work ethic and the desire and the expectation that we're going to be successful here.
Talk about a young roster. Let's talk about some of the players you've got on your roster this year. We'll just go down the roster numerically here and start with Trevor Jean.
Right, Trevor Jean, he did play last year. He was on the team. He got a late start. He had torn his ACL his freshman year, so coming in as a sophomore, he actually didn't get cleared until about this time last year. So he was kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit as far as playing time goes last year. We did a good job working hard in practice and getting healthier as the year went, and he had a really good summer. He shot the ball really good. He's one of our better shooters, so we're looking for him to get a lot more increased playing time this year, and I think he'll do a good job with it. And then number 3 is Xavier Tallyhide. He played, as a sophomore, he played the most of any sophomores last year. He'll be a junior for us. He's our returning guy with the most minutes played. Point guard, which that does make you feel a little bit more comfortable as a coach with not a lot of experience. At least we do have a point guard coming back that started about 25 out of 31 games for us last year and started, I think, all of them after Christmas. So he's a steadying influence, and I think he'll continue to get better. Of course, his challenge this year is not to kind of fit in like he did last year, but he kind of really needs to be the guy, especially early on until our young guys catch up a little bit. And then we have number 4, Shelton Smith. Of course, he's down at the football field still, and hopefully he'll be down there for about 6 more weeks as they continue to win and get into the playoffs and things like that. But he's really athletic. Has a chance to play on the wing a little bit, and maybe a tad inside. But his strength is just his athleticism. He does a pretty good job with that. And then Ryan Hall is another guy that's down at football. He this summer he mixed it up pretty good for us in the paint. He's one of those guys that plays hard continuously, left-handed. It seems like left-handed guys find a way when they're young to score a little bit better than right-handed guys do in the paint. I guess it's just kind of like it's just awkward for everybody to defend him. So I think he's going to help us out a lot this year. And then we have Austin Bennett. He's a young guy. He's also a sophomore. He's still at football. He played at Flintville in junior high, and then last year at NGA he hurt his foot, and he stayed hurt most of the year, and it was almost like he missed a year in a way. But this summer he came in and did a good job. He's a pretty good athlete, plays defensive back on the football team. He'll play point guard for us, and we're looking for big things from him. And then we have Eli Eason, another guy in football, who got hurt early in the year in football, actually before the first game, and he's expecting or hoping to get cleared anyway here in the next week or two. Left-handed kid, plays the wing, and I think all those guys that I mentioned so far that are young, they're going to have to come in and play a lot of minutes for us, and I think they're about ready to play. It's not like we're going to have to play them right before they're ready. I think last year even they would have gotten in and gotten some playing time even young. So. All those guys are going to do big things for us, I think, even this year. And then Eli Slayton is our only sophomore that we have in here currently. He doesn't play football. He came in the spring and he's continued to get better and better. I think he's going to be a tall kid. He's getting quicker and quicker. He can shoot the basketball. He's in here just about every afternoon working hard. He's the brother of McKinley Slayton, who Coach Harden will talk about, I'm sure, a little bit later. So he and her are always in here after school a lot working hard, and he's gotten a whole lot better even since he made the team in March. And I think he's going to be able to help us some. Then we have number 15, Quintez Perry, who is a new guy. He just moved in here on Monday, about 2 days ago, and he's going to be a senior. He's about 6'2". He's from Sardis, Mississippi, and he's eligible to play. Left-handed, he can play. Looks like he can play a little bit on the wing and maybe post up a little bit. Pretty athletic kid, and I think he's going to help us. I told him when I told him he could play after I had seen him play in open gym, I wouldn't keep a senior if I didn't think he could help us and play a little bit. And so I think he's going to be a big addition to the team. And then Tyler Jones is our other senior. And he's outside of Xavier. He played the most minutes last year returning. So Xavier and Tyler Jones, we're really looking to early on in the year lean on them as far as leadership goes. Tyler, from a sophomore, has come a long way. He struggled a little bit to play a lot as a sophomore, but then last year he took a big step forward and made a lot of plays for us, especially down the stretch. It seemed like every buzzer beater, it was either him making a shot or Xavier down in the tournament time and in the last few games of the regular season. And then and so we're looking for him to, be kind of an all-district type player. For us to be successful, he and Xavier from day one need to be those kind of guys. And then Austin Grimes, number 22, is a junior. He played some last year as a sophomore. He's a pretty athletic kid. He can play a couple of different spots. He missed the summertime. He had a four-wheeler accident. Nobody was very happy about that, but he's bounced back well from that, and he's perfectly healthy. And he's been in here since August working hard, and I think he has a chance to play quite a bit. Keller Monks is a junior, didn't play last year, of course played basketball his whole life and decided last year to focus more on football and baseball, and then this year he's decided to come out for basketball. He made the team in March, and then we went to summer camp. About that time he got mono, so he missed all of summer camp. So even though he's been on the team for about 6 months, and then with him going to football, his first day back in here, he's going to be really right along with the sophomores as far as practice time and what he knows. He's really pretty inexperienced, but I wouldn't have kept him if I didn't think he could help us some this year. And then Fred Boyd, official name's Cameron, but everybody calls him Fred. He's really improved his game. Last year as a sophomore, of course, he was battling a lot of upperclassmen for playing time. Didn't get in a whole lot, but he continued every day to work hard at it, and you can tell this year that paid off. He's gotten where he can shoot the ball really pretty well from the outside. He's not a big post player. He's only about 6'1" or 6'2", but he's really worked hard since last season, and I think he's going to play big minutes for us. And that's about 12 guys, and then we've also have a lot of freshmen who I think are going to be able to come up and play for us. That's a really pretty good class, and especially the deeper the football team goes in the playoffs. We've only got 7 guys until the football team gets back, and that's a great opportunity for the freshmen to come in and play and give them some experience. And we're still going to be able to let those guys go down and play at NGA, and NGA's been good enough to kind of work with both programs. And there's a benefit to being at NGA because you get a lot of experience down there, but there's also a benefit to coming up here and playing with older guys too. So we're excited about the freshman class. There's several guys down there that I think can help, and then of course in the next 3 years I think they can help as well. And as I'm talking about the lower grades, I also happen to mention that running the summer camp here, I've seen a lot of 7th and 8th graders coming up and 5th and 6th graders. I really think our county basketball program is going to be in a pretty good shape for the foreseeable future. It's just about maintaining that standard of trying to practice every day like it's your last, and practicing to a championship caliber, because you're not going to be a champion unless you practice like a champion first. So we're really trying to focus on that. But so we're all excited about all our guys.
Well, scanning this year's roster, a smaller lineup that people will see this year than they've seen in a couple of years, but a lot of times that means a quicker lineup.
Yeah, it does, and we're going to have a little bit of quickness in a little bit different areas. We will be smaller than we were last year. We'll still play similar. We'll probably shoot the ball better than we will last year. At least that's what we did this summer, and we'll need to because we're not quite as big. So I think it'll be pretty fun to watch. People, you know, as you see people in town and stuff, they always ask you how you're going to be, and my comment is going to be, well, we're going to be inexperienced, but I really like our kids, and we're going to work really hard at it. And it's just kind of one of those things. You got to lay the foundation right. You got to do it right from the beginning, and you know, I'm sure we're going to hit our tough spots as we get going here, but I really think we have the right type people in our program, the right type guys coming in and working, and I think especially as we get into after Christmas, we'll see guys that are really kind of catching on to how they need to play to be successful in high school. And I couldn't be more satisfied. We didn't win a ton of games this summer, but I couldn't be more satisfied with our attitude of our kids, and I think if they keep that, we're going to be just fine in the future.
You've got great assistant coaches as well this year. Talk about them a little bit.
Right. Well, we've got Matt Prince. He was a senior my first year here, and he does a great job. Does an unbelievable job with our guards. And when you see our guards progress throughout the season, he'll be the reason for it. He was a big reason for our guards playing pretty well last year, and you know, especially down the stretch. You know, I mentioned Xavier, how he got better down the stretch, and Tyler Jones, and then guys even graduated last year like Tredarius Christian. As they got better down the stretch of the season, a lot of it had to do with the work Matt Prince puts in with those guys during practice. And there's a saying in coaching, you'd rather have better players in March instead of better plays. You know, we can design up all the plays we want to play, you know, do and copy all the coaches we want to copy. But if you have better players in February and March than what you started with in November, you're going to be better off. It doesn't really matter about the plays as much. So we really try to focus on working with those guys. And so Matt works with the guards, I work the posts, and we try to develop players as we go through the season. And of course, Coach Harden, the girls coach, helped me last year, and I helped him, and I enjoyed that experience. Of course, now that he's got another assistant coach and then Matt's here full time, we won't sit on each other's bench, but I will miss a little bit of that, and I'll miss him being on the bench. He did a good job for us last year.
Well, I know it's a busy time of year for you. Everything tips off November 12th, so everything's starting to gear up, and want everybody to come out and watch you guys play.
Right, we play the girls tip off against Page at 5 o'clock on November the 12th, and of course we'll play after that's over about 6:30, and then we also play Siegel that same week. So we don't start off with any cupcakes. Both those teams are really pretty good, and then not long after that we play Moore County and then Hazel Green. And if you want to see a high level of basketball, come to Lincoln County and watch who we play, and we should be playing at the same level. So it'll be exciting to get started.
Coach, appreciate you spending some time with us, and good luck this year.
All right, Brian, thank you.
All right, that's Chad Tips, the head coach of the Lincoln County Falcons.